as survivors, some of us felt a little tunneled.
We are mad because you fucking tunneled. We don't understand why. Like, if it was any other situation and you got a 4K fairly, I wouldn't be mad.
Yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Blue Dream 47 coming back at you with another video. And in this one, we have yet another match from sent to me from somebody in my community who had less than a favorable experience with a fellow TTV. And I haven't really seen much of this. I don't know, but we're just gonna go into it. We're gonna look at it with an unbiased look. And I'm gonna give my honest take, and we're gonna see what's going on here. So buckle in, and let's have a look here, and see what's going on. So obviously they're a 4-stack. Got a Devotion 5. None of them are too high prestige, so I'm willing to wager that none of them have like too high of hours in the game.
So Bubba.
Bubba.
Hey, show Bubba.
I think he fucking saw me.
So yeah, this was sent to me by DaVengefulones, somebody in my community, and they were playing some Bubba.
Oh, this is Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bubba.
Leatherface. So
The Texas Chainsaw Massacre guy.
Basically with Leatherface.
Ooh, he's got infected fright.
So basically,
Move.
don't
Okay,
get
gets-
caught out in a
Move.
wide area, because
Gets
his
that
powers
down.
essentially hold
First
everything
down,
and get a
very easy.
Very easy to get.
And the second down.
Case in point. That's why I hate going against Bubba.
Well, guys, we're
Jeez, man.
slugging.
Yeah, he's absolutely right. He's absolutely right. You really want to spread out against a Bubba. Like you really don't want to be caught in one place, or together in one place. Even if you do have like pallets in windows, if you're all pocketed together in one place, it's really bad, because like even if you have a pallet or a window, like survivors just kind of like get, they get a bit congested in pallets, and only one survivor can vault a window at a time. So it's generally just a good idea just to spread out, like just spread out if you know it's a Bubba.
Just mad.
Anja!
She's running a super like old school build. She's got self-care botany. I think is that
So, is he gonna be?
Dark Sense? I think that's Dark Sense, and
Well, I'm gonna be on
He went
Poke Farm
into-
until further notice.
No, you're not. Get off of Poke Farm.
the Jane. I can't remember the
I
Jane
have
perk.
one hand on the
Get
keyboard,
off of Poke Farm.
and then I have the other one on my fucking mouse.
Never mind.
Comment the name of that Jane perk.
Like, right back.
Of course he is.
He is. Yeah, he's going for.
He's
wow,
going right
he's
after
going
Kid, he's
right
tunneling.
for you.
What the
Okay,
I'm gonna piss all over this guy. Sorry.
I'm gonna piss all
Sorry,
over this.
no.
Don't be sorry.
I wonder if the devs understood that this was the kind of playstyle that they were encouraging to happen when they nerfed healing so badly.
They nerfed two.
Honestly. The healing,
Healing?
like,
Yeah.
it's horrible.
Yeah.
Well, they've changed the nerfs back.
Good job on her for hiding like that.
Get
They're
there,
staying
what the-
at 16 seconds. They're no longer going down to 24. He's proxy.
I'm
It's-
actually
yeah,
Joe
they're-
Biden. How dare he?
Yeah, they're doing that, but they are
But they're-
keeping
yeah.
them.
Oh, so they're doing protect the president, and the president is being kind of camped and tunneled, which is fine. Like that's totally fine. Like they have progress in one gen. You can see the ace has progress in a gen. Her gen was almost at half. So like the best thing to do is just to just commit to those gens. Get the unhook at the last second if you can, or if you have that opportunity, sure. But just hop right back on gens.
He's going after Joe Biden, and he's homophobic.
He's homophobic.
Now run! Okay.
DaVengeful 1755-9. Of course, he's
We're
crossed.
here
Okay.
for chaos and vibes. And
So right there, she got caught out in the open. When you're going against a Bubba, you want to stick to your resources. You want to stick to your resources, and those are pallets and windows, right? So she had a jungle gym right there. There was a jungle gym over here, but she wasn't sticking to that, and she wanted to get back to that gen on the hill. If I was her, I would not commit to that gen on the hill, because the pallet right there is gone. It's you know, I would maybe hop onto a different gen, but you really want to stick to your resources against a Bubba, because as long as you have that window, or as long as you have that pallet, you're protected against the chainsaw, right? It's when you get caught in these kind of areas, like, you want to limit your time spent in these kind of areas as much as humanly possible, right? So yeah, it's, you know, it's what I'm seeing here is just, it's kind of just a lack of experience, and that's totally fine. Like, that's totally okay. Like, no disrespect to these guys. It's just a kind of lack of experience against Bubba's is what we're seeing here.
Shit, there's a raid.
There was a raid in the middle of all of this stinky grossness.
Hello, raid. Hello.
In the middle of all this
I'm
stinky
talking
grossness.
about how I want to piss on this guy because of how annoying he is.
I mean, that is so.
So, like, the crazy thing to me is that Bubba isn't even, like, he's not directly face camping. Like, he's proxy camping, and he's tunneling a little bit. Like this could be so much worse, you know? Like, this could be infinitely worse. You know, I'm just curious how they would react to if Bubba brought them down to the basement and was smacking them on hook. What would be the case then? Because as far as, like, Bubba games go, you know, that, like, this is pretty mild. You know, like, it's pretty mild.
As soon as you unhook, scatter. Don't stay by the hook.
Scatter.
And that's good advice. That's good advice.
Sherman, it has been kind of not so nice as a survivor.
Now, do we play this game
Reby,
when we're
thank
at
you
work
for the
as
roll
a
call.
joke? And I was like, I do. It was great.
I wish I could play this game at work. Okay, so there she goes. She's got windows there. Stick to the windows. Stick to the windows. Stick to the windows. What are you doing?
Angry sweat.
Okay, Bubba tantrum. Okay, that's really lucky for you. She pre-dropped.
I have missed a message from Gorbox.
Personally,
I cannot scroll up.
Personally, I wouldn't have pre-dropped that.
I
I'll read
know.
it.
Holy
The
fuck.
worst part was some nice survivor.
That was so stressful because she had the TNL there, right? She had the TNL there. She had those windows, and then she just kind of beelined away, pre-dropped, kind of disposing of a valuable resource there. And Bubba was tantruming, so she's gonna get distance anyway. Yeah. Okay. All right.
I had a face camping hillbilly who just stood and stared me in my face. Last match I'm committing. Last match I had a
Ooh.
fucking
Oh.
puppy who tunneled me at 4 gens, and now we've got this Bubba who is tunneling and being gross. So games have been mixed.
He's tunneling.
But you know, we're here, we're queer, and we're trying.
Fuck off.
Yeah.
So
We're queer.
I just hate Bubba players in general.
We're trying for
Yeah.
it.
I just hate Bubba players. Okay.
Playstyle is just hold M2 and get it down. It's not even fun.
It really is.
Well, the crazy thing is that, like, yes, that is Bubba's whole playstyle, but it is extremely easy to counter that. Like, it is incredibly easy to counter a Bubba. Because Bubba cannot go through pallets. Bubba cannot chainsaw through a window. Well, he can a little bit, but, like, you know what I mean? Like, he can't physically go through a window. Bubba is honestly one of the easier killers in the game to loop. Even though, from, like, what I'm witnessing, like, they are making a lot of mistakes, they're still doing okay. Like, they're still doing okay. We're at 2 gens, And you can see there that they have one that's almost completed. So we're almost down to 1 gen. So they're not even though they're making a lot of mistakes and they could be doing a lot better, they're still doing okay. And again, and I say this all the time as well, if tunneling is such a problem, please run DS. Run DS, run off the record. There are things in game to help you defend against tunneling. I'm sure if we check the survivor who died first, they are probably not running DS or off the record, and I highly doubt any of them are running reassurance or anything like that. So they only need one more gen.
Because I was the president.
My turn.
See, and the thing is,
Thank you for the
he's just
applause.
mad and homophobic.
He is. He really is.
Okay, I know that they're joking, but like, oh man, it kind of rubs me the wrong way to just like, oh, he's just homophobic. Like, I don't know. It's
Which means that I'm Joe Biden, and I have the gay token on.
the gay token.
Homophobic. I'm just Ben Franklin.
Okay.
I'm just Ben Franklin.
Okay.
That's what's happening here.
Oh, no.
Franklin definitely got some dick.
Yeah.
He got some what? I like that they're still joking and stuff. Like they're still being lighthearted, but there is still that a lot of salt in the air.
Oh my god.
We're
This is why I
a team?
hate Bubba.
Oh, well. Yes. I can explain it to you in like a different
Wyvern,
PC
don't
at some
bother.
point.
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah,
she.
yeah.
See, that's really unfortunate. Like, she gave up, but they only needed 1 gen. I really think they could have pulled that together and gotten at least 1 person out, you know? Like, I definitely think it was more than possible for them to get all the gens done, but she gave up, and that's really disappointing.
Apparently there's an argument that Bubba shouldn't be nerfed because in higher skill levels he's apparently really weak, but it's like, that still doesn't excuse the ability to just M2 and being able to just do this wide sweep.
Yeah.
Wait, how can you tell they're on the same team? Where the fuck do you see that?
So he's saying that that Bubba should be nerfed because at high skill levels he's really weak, but it doesn't excuse the ability to down a bunch of people in one sweep. All you have to do is just spread out. It's not like this crazy take to say that Bubba is fairly weak. The only time when Bubba has a massive amount of power and can be seen as a bit OP is when he's face camping, because he can, you know, he's protecting this zone, this person who's hooked, and you want to save your friend, but he can, you know, down a bunch of people in one sweep. That's the only time that you can really say that. But in this game, Bubba hasn't really been doing that, and every single time he's been catching the survivors in bad spots, catching them in dead zones, and things like that. And this is on them for being in these dead zones and staying in these dead zones for too long and not using the resources that they have to their full potential. This is entirely on them. So, okay, I just want to go over the perks really quick. Absolutely no DS, no off the record. Oh, there are things in the game to help you protect yourself against these kind of playstyles, so hopefully you have more of a fun game. There is nothing wrong with camping or tunneling, but these things are in the game for a reason.
The event's ending in like 20 hours, so...
Hi, Bubba.
So,
Hey, Bubba.
DaVengeful comes into the chat.
Oh my god, is he in chat?
A question for
he's
you,
in
sir. Just a question. We, as survivors, some of us felt a little tunneled.
We felt a bit
we got
tunneled.
a 4-stack here, and some of us feel just a little tunneled. You go after who you see.
Go after who I see my
You can't
ass,
really
please,
not
baby.
see anybody else.
It's just, oh man, wow, okay. I go after who I see. I see
I wasn't
you,
even
you
in the
die.
game,
That's
so
what
I
Bubba
I
said.
see you,
I can
you
be,
die. Well, that's
I
gonna
can
be
be
my...
aggressive.
I personally don't like going after people. We are mad because you fucking tunneled. We don't understand why. Like, if it was any... For me, if it was any other situation and you got a 4K fairly, I wouldn't be mad. However,
Fairly.
this is a fucking different situation, and I don't understand why you felt the need to do that. I don't understand.
Yeah,
But
If
she's-
you were playing
go
as a
after somebody
survivor,
else.
if you were playing as a survivor, okay, if you were playing as the survivor, would you have wanted that to happen to you?
Like, personally, me, yes. I would love to go up against this Bubba. Like, Bubba is actually one of my favorite killers to go up against. Like, literally top 3. Bubba's in there, like, 100%. So, like, me personally, like, if I was asked that question, would I want that to happen to me? Like, would I want that type of Bubba player? Yes, absolutely. Because he's not even, like, face camping. Like, he's leaving, he's going for chases, and, you know, and, like, yes, absolutely. Yeah, geez, man. That's crazy. And she's coming at him so strong with the language, like, you fucking tunnel, like, why the fuck would you do that? So that's just crazy, man. That's, wow, okay.
Please think there is somebody else on the other side of the screen who you are playing against. And I don't care if it's, oh, it's my playstyle. That's a stupid ass excuse. It's
What?
disrespectful and it takes away the fun. Because games are supposed to be fun.
Bro,
Bullshit.
she's actually acting like if you tunnel at all, you're a bad person. And I really wish that, like, Survivor mains could just stop doing this, dude. Like, please play killer, please, God. Just try it. Just try it once. Like, oh man. Just try it, dude, please, God. Like, it's so crazy. It's so crazy. This victim mentality. Survivors are so pure and everything, and, like, she's saying, like, please think because there is somebody on the other side. But he's just playing the game. Like, he's just playing the game, and he could be playing into his power so much more by face camping so much harder. But he's not. He was proxying. He was proxying. Yes, he did tunnel. But that's fine. That's a play style. It's a play style, the same as gen rushing, body blocking, etc. That's totally fine to do that. It's not against the rules. It's not bannable. It shouldn't even be frowned on really at all. But she's acting like this person, the Bubba, is literally a bad person, like, just completely a bad, disgusting human being. When she herself is coming at him, you know, she's swearing. The tone of her voice is really aggressive, and she's coming at him with just quite a bit of, like, animosity and aggression. So it's in my mind, it's a little bit hypocritical. It's incredibly ignorant. It's incredibly ignorant, is what it is.
It also doesn't help that is what your second game in a row getting tunneled out.
Yeah.
Honestly.
We're Survivor mains, at least, like, 3 of us are. Spud is the.
I am, yep.
There's
Right.
survivor means, okay,
We-
yeah,
It was
that's
we.
yeah, that shows.
The only one who isn't is Jameson.
Not
Back.
Well, I like that she admits that she admits that, like, we are survivor mains. You know, so this does bother it. Like, we get touchy when we get. I like that she admits that. Because what you see a lot of the times is people like they'll be like, I play killer and I don't need to play like that, so, like, fuck you. Like, no, I play killer, but, like, in reality, like, they only play, like, one game of killer, like, every fucking, like, 6 months.
It is not hard to get to a high rank. It is.
Yeah.
It is not a show of skill. It is a show of how much you play the game.
That's debatable.
If you win every game,
It's
Debatable.
it is time consuming.
Yes and no.
Well, Vengeful was it was Michaela that felt tunneled since she got off the hook and then all of a sudden she's on the ground again.
Yeah, so it wasn't. We're not saying that you tunneled all of us. Like I said, some of us. And by some, I mean Michaela, Kit. And LaProder, that is often
It's like-
my same mentality. It's like, it is what it is, we go next. whatever. But there comes a point in time, the unfortunate reality within this community is that it's been getting sweatier and sweatier and sweatier.
The next is doing the same thing.
Exactly.
Over and over
It
again.
becomes that it's a repeat of what we just had. We go in, we try to play, we get tunneled, camped, and slugged at 4 gens. Okay, GG's, go next. Or not even GG's because we're a little salty at you, but go next. We go in, we try to play, we get tunneled, camped, and slugged, maybe at 3 gens.
Well,
Like,
guys, like you have to run some anti-tunneling, please. Like all that I'm hearing from this is that we're tired. We're tired. We've been going up against this same playstyle over and over and over again. But you guys, there are perks in the game to help you here. Like there are things to help you here, and I totally hear you. Like your frustration is 100% valid, and I want to say like the streamer in particular is respectful. She still has that like mentality that like if you tunnel, it's like deplorable, it's like it's wrong to tunnel, etc. But she still is being respectful. I don't like the person in the call, like they were pretty aggressive at them. I don't really like that. Like she is being like pretty respectful, but what I'm hearing is just we're tired of this. But you need to just run some anti-tunneling, anti-camping perks. Like there's perks in the game, and there's things that you can do as a survivor to make it really difficult and punish these type of playstyles.
And like I said, Vengeful, we're not angry at you as a player. It's just
We're angry with you as a person.
We're not.
our Michaela that is the second game in a row that they've been tunneled out.
Wait. Oh my god. So the ace was like, we're not angry with you as a player. But then the same girl in the call was like, we're angry with you as a person. Like like so the streamer themselves and the ace, they're being pretty respectful, and they're just like they're just kind of venting their frustrations, really. And that's totally fine. The girl who was tunneled that game, she is not fine. So Vengeful in the chat says, how was I supposed to know you were in a bad mood? And that is a very good question. Like, how the fuck? It's not the killer's responsibility for you to have fun. At the end of the day, it's a PvP game. It's player versus player. So you are responsible for your own fun, and your outlook on the game can often depict how much fun you're gonna have. Because they're putting on like, you ruined our fun, like this whole kind of mindset, and it's just it's a little bit it's just kind of hogwash, right?
Very simple, very easy. When someone gets off of a hook, do not go back to the hook. That's all you have to do. And then you don't accidentally tunnel people.
And you
Just don't. What if you can't find anybody though? Like that's so Survivor main, dude. That's so Survivor main to say. Don't go back to the hook. Plain and simple. Like, you are a Survivor main. Don't stop telling a killer how to play, dude. Like, just stop. There's nothing wrong with being tunneled. You're not running DS. You're not running off the record. Just oh my god.
Like, oh, that's fine. But no, because I had a bad day recently. I've been having a shit kind of week. And this has just tipped the fucking scales.
What if you can't find anyone?
Then play something else.
However, it's not that hard to let other people play the game. Other people are trying to have fun.
So somebody in the chat said, this is just how we're feeling as survivors. Just know that this is how people feel behind the screen. You're getting direct feedback. Which is fine. That's fine. Like, that's totally fine. And I will say that it is, like, they have been fairly respectful. They have been fairly respectful, but I think that there's just a lot of kind of ignorance, especially with how the girl initially engaged with the Bubba. Like, she was very, very aggressive and like swearing at him and just like this is like victim mentality. I think for the most part I want to give props to the streamer because like she was very respectful, handled herself very well, vented frustration. I think that like the mindset, I don't agree with it. I don't really agree with how the person in the VC was kind of talking to them because they were very like aggressive and, you know, they were like directly insulting them and stuff like that. So I don't really agree with that. I think that a lot of this is just misguided. And a lot of this frustration comes from a lack of experience in playing killer, as well. I think that, like, when your frustration is boiling up to this point, and they're saying that every single game has been like this, maybe it's time to play something else, you know? Like, that's totally fine. And, you know, there's nothing wrong with camping, and there's nothing wrong with tunneling. Yes, it's frustrating. You are always entitled to your frustration, but the way that you engage with players, as they say, there is somebody behind the screen. So when you are engaging and you know, and you were frustrated by the game, it's okay to say that. It's okay to say that you were that game frustrated you, but try to make that clear distinction between this was frustrating, but I'm not mad at you as a person. And I want to give props to the Ace and the streamer as well, because they did kind of make that distinction. Unfortunately, the person in the call kind of didn't. Be kind to your fellow player. Don't do this stuff. And check me out on Twitch, by the way. I go live 4-5 times a week, starting at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Would love to see you there. Yeah, other than that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Peace!